Well, Nancy Pelosi certainly stepped in it this past weekend during an interview with CBS 60 Minutes, where she was asked by Lesley Stahl about the progressive wing of the Democratic Party in Congress, to which Nancy Pelosi immediately interrupted and said, "That's like 5 people." She was asked specifically about the progressive wing of the Democratic Party in Washington, D.C., being led by Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. That is what Lesley Stahl said. And Pelosi immediately interrupted and said, "That's like 5 people." Trying to undermine her own colleagues that are supposed to be on the same side of the aisle as her, trying to undermine the very people who have already shifted the entire narrative in D.C., because she doesn't want to piss off her donors. That is what this was about. That's why she is belittling these members of Congress, and one of whom, by the way, Representative Ilhan Omar, getting death threats on a daily basis at this point because of the attacks from Donald Trump. And Pelosi just decides to write them all off. It's like 5 people. Who cares, right? You know what? First of all, it is more than 5 people. But second of all, if it even was just 5 people, you should be impressed by the fact that these 5 people have already changed the way things work over there on the Democratic side. That these 5 people are already pushing policies and even legislative packages that a majority of people in this country seem to support. At least polling data shows that they support it. And that point is even more important when you think about something Pelosi said later, which was this. By and large, whatever orientation House Democrats came to Congress with, they know that we have to hold the center, that we have to go down the mainstream. You know, stay right there in the middle. Don't do anything too good. Don't do anything too bad. Just right down the center where you basically do nothing at all, and you still get attacked by Republicans for being socialists. What's the point, Nancy? You know, when Democrats retook the House, and I'm sure everybody remembers this, the end of December, everybody was talking about Pelosi needs to be challenged for the speakership. And you had a lot of people, including some progressives, who said, no, hell no. Let's let Pelosi take it. Pelosi knows what she's doing. Pelosi's a good person. And it took a few months, but man, if Nancy Pelosi is not showing her true colors right now by attacking her own colleagues. Colleagues who are just trying to help American citizens. That's literally what they're doing. I hope everybody understands that fact of it. Medicare for all, their push for Medicare for all, that's not because they personally get something out of it. It's to help American citizens. The Green New Deal, it's not because they're being funded by big Green New Deal. It's because they want to have a habitable planet for themselves and for their kids and their grandkids and their neighbors and their friends and their parents and everybody else on the planet. There is no ulterior motive here. They're doing this because they care. People elected them and got rid of corporate Democrats to elect them because they care. Nancy Pelosi does not. And you can argue with me on that point, but her statement over here proved it. We have to hold the center? Where have you been the last 10 years, Nancy? When has holding the center ever worked out well for the American public? Did FDR hold the center? Did Martin Luther King hold the center? No. They knew they had to get radical if they wanted real change to happen. And that's what we have to do right now. So if you want to hold the center, that's on you. But I can promise you, a majority of people in this country, which includes a majority of Republicans, actually support the things that these 5 Democrats are trying to put out there into the ether. So if you want to hold the center, I hope you understand that the center has shifted very far to the left, and you're the one who's considered outside of the mainstream. Thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget, if you like what you see here, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And now you can also become a member of Ring of Fire and get exclusive early access to certain Ring of Fire videos all throughout the week. Just click on the little join button right below the video.